Welcome and welcome back to the Starr Carter Personal Finance Channel. My name is Starr Carter, and I appreciate you guys checking in with me today. If this is your first time, please consider being a subscriber by clicking on the subscribe. Y'all know what to do. Like this video so it get pushed out to other people, and make sure that you make a comment on today's video because these scammers are not taking a day off, and you know I got to make sure that you guys are up to it in these financial streets. I got to give you this financial tea so you all know not to get scammed and not to get taken by these scammers out here that are trying to break into your bank account by any means necessary. You know, I just did a video where I talked about the girl down there in Tampa that just got caught with that big bank fraud down there. So if you haven't checked that video out, check it out. Cards up here somewhere. Check that video out and make sure you guys are not falling for the okie doke when it comes to this bank fraud. This video that I'm about to pull up now, that is a news clip. It's about 9 minutes long, so I'm gonna go ahead and get on into it. Again, guys, make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment on this video. Let's get into it.
You're watching Fox 35 News Plus, streaming on Fox Local.
Welcome back into Fox 35 News Plus. I'm Garrett Weimer, and thanks for joining us on this Wednesday morning. Attorney General James Othmeyer was in Polk County earlier today, speaking alongside Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd. They were talking about a multi-million-dollar joint fraud investigation that they said spanned several states, actually impacted more than 200 victims in this case, and nearly $8.9 million, so close to $9 million in stolen money as well. We know that there are 8 suspects from Florida and several other states as well who were arrested, now charged with fraud and racketeering related felonies as well. This is the Attorney General and the Polk County Sheriff speaking in Winter Haven just a little bit ago.
It started when an online banking detective, Synchrony, came to Polk County because all of a sudden he noticed that there's a new account that pops up, and immediately $250,000 are placed in this account. So he begins an investigation on behalf of the bank, does a remarkable job, and then notifies the sheriff's office. When he notified the sheriff's office, we determined that there, and I'll give you details in a minute, but a guy by the name of Navarez was the one that opened this account. And then from that, the investigations went on, and we determined, my goodness, it's bigger and it's bigger and it's bigger. Ultimately, we served 18 search warrants with the help of and the direction of our statewide prosecutor. We also obtained subpoenas from several banks. And here's what we know. Let me give you the lineage, okay? This Antonio Penn, all right? He was the guy that was stealing the data from the M&T Bank, which is a bank group out of the Northeast United States. But his assignment at the bank didn't allow him access. He was a 5-year employee. So what did he do? He went to 2 of his associates, Barbara Frazee and Kamala Schaefer. Both of them had 35 plus years. And they were either giving him access to the bank data or giving him the code so that he could access the bank data. Then what he would do is, once he obtained this data, and I'll go into detail of that later on, he would send it to, we call him Oki Akushi. And Oki Akushi then would put it online with Telegram. When it went online with Telegram, people from around the world would purchase this information, and then subsequently they could set up accounts. All of the people we're talking about today, other than the tellers that provided access, had multiple accounts, some of them up to 20 or 30 accounts. And then they would buy the data offline and steal from the people. So what did General Othmeyer's team stop with our detectives and FDLE's detectives and other law enforcement agencies? What we stopped was an $8.8 million fraud and theft ring. Then Rashodo Durant there, he would also buy data. And Hassan Phillips, Michael Navarez, and Kevin Clayton, wouldn't you know it, he's here illegally, were three of the players. They were the three players we identified. And then they would push money back upstream. But understand, Durant, Phillips, Navarez, and Clayton, who we're going to talk more about in a few minutes, are only four of what we know of hundreds of people that stole data. The irony of it is Antonio Penn and Oki, even though they masterminded the theft of all of this money through wire transfers, they only profited about $70,000 or $80,000, and they're all broke today. So when I introduce you to these folks, it's important that you know that there's always some color to them. Antonio knew Oki because they played college football together at West Virginia. That's where they met. All of our associates knew each other. Antonio Penn liked to be known as Showtime Penn. He targeted the elderly. He called them dead-end accounts. And the general's going to speak more about that in a minute. But Oki, now Penn's in Maryland, Oki's in Missouri. He is the one that actually sold online the account data. And then from there, we know that none of this would have happened if Barbara and Kamala didn't provide access to Penn. These guys understand what's interesting about them is Hassan Phillips met Durant playing games online, computer games. He bought the data. All of them bought data. All of these had multiple accounts. This guy claimed to, at one time, work legitimately as a solar power panel retailer. Michael Navarez worked for Ring Power in Lakeland. Durant confessed. When we told him he was charged with RICO, he says, "Hey, I thought only rappers got charged with RICO." Duh. And at the end of the day, the important part is that because of the great work of our detectives and the statewide prosecutor, this entire complicated ring was brought down. So we have focused from Missouri to the northeast of Maryland to Florida. There are still hundreds of suspects out there that are not in custody that we'd love to have in custody. So with that, I want to close with a statement about Telegram. This went from teller to Telegram. Telegram is a platform that is operated out of Dubai. The CEO, Pavel Durov, was arrested in 2024 by France because he was involved in criminal enterprises online. Up until that time, they would not release any subscriber data at all, but a simple arrest by France got them to start to cooperate. But they market online that there's end-to-end encryption, and they call it a secret chat feature. That's why all of this could take place. New York Times calls Telegram the playground of criminals. So you have Telegram and Telecrook, and now we're telling everybody there's Telejail. in Polk
Gotta tell
County.
the
So
jail.
these Maryland, West Virginia, Missouri people went from telegram, telecrook to telejail. It was their choice.
I think that might be a new Grady Juddism right there. Telegram, telecrook, telejail from that the news conference.
All right, y'all. Y'all saw that. I didn't want to interrupt because I knew that that video was kind of long, and I tell you guys, y'all saw everything, so I'm not gonna reiterate that so this video don't be too long, but I do have some tips. I work in bank and I do see fraud come across in my department. Once is too many times. So I do want to give y'all some tips real quick while we're on this video. Tip number 1 is keep your debit cards and your credit cards locked. If your bank or credit union, or even if they're not your bank, like at Capital One, stuff like that, make sure that you keep your credit cards and your debit cards locked where you're not using them. Lock your debit cards and your credit cards. If your bank has that feature, lock those cards, because as you can see, bank employees can also be in on the fraud. Okay, I did a video, I think it was last year, where there was a Navy Fed teller that was in on the fraud, that was giving out customer information. So it's not just people that are just fishing for your information. You also have people like those 2 old women that was providing those 2 young black guys information. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that you are keeping your debit cards and your credit cards locked. Another thing is, if you're not signed up for online banking with your financial institution, make sure that you monitoring your bank accounts. It's not just you getting your paper statement in the mail and checking your transactions. You need to also be monitoring your bank accounts on a daily basis, because a lot of these frauds do have time restraints. So you have to be done reported it within so many amount of time in order to get your money back. Okay, so make sure that you're monitoring. If you see anything suspicious, don't hesitate to contact your bank, whether you go in or you call the number that you know is the number. Do not rely on information that is sent to you via a text message saying that you might have fraud. That's one of the easiest ways that it can gain access to your online information. Do not click on any suspicious emails. Do not click on any suspicious links that is sent to you from somebody saying that they are from your bank. Anytime you get any of those types of solicitations via email or via a text, call the number that you know is your bank's phone number. Do not call any number that they provide to you via the email or via the text, okay? Do not give out any digits or security access codes or anything like that via email or text. Do not give them your login information, because banks don't need your login information. We are already on the backside. We already can see your information, so we don't need your login information. We also don't need the 3 digits on the back of your debit card if we call you talking about fraud. We don't need that information. We already know the information that we need to know, okay? So don't give out any information. Your bank should know everything that they need to know, and make sure that you're calling the number that you know is to the actual bank, because even they can spoof numbers too. They can spoof a number that is the bank's number. So you would think that the bank is calling you. You would think that the bank is calling you. Still, hang up. Be like, okay, thank you. They say, okay, Starr, you got fraud, and the number looks like the bank where I work at, because that's who I bank with. And I say, okay, well, let me hang up and call the number that I know. Okay, call the actual number. I don't care what number pops up on your phone. It could say Chase Bank or whatever. Don't use that number. Hang up, call the number yourself. Okay, hang up and call the number yourself and verify whatever it is that they're trying to say. Make sure that you keep, like I said, keep your debit cards locked, keep your credit cards locked, keep your bank accounts monitored. Not clicking on suspicious activity emails or text messages. Also, guys, I can't say this enough, and I've said this on several videos in the past. Keep your credit reports froze. Keep your credit reports froze. Keep your credit reports froze. I'm sounding like Dr. Umar now, saying it 3 times. Keep your credit reports froze. Okay, there, I can't say this enough. So many people getting identity theft, and they're getting stuff in their name, all kind of stuff, because they're not keeping their credit reports froze. Keep your credit reports froze. Make sure that you're monitoring your credit. I don't care if you're monitoring it with Credit Karma or if you're paying like Experian app or My FICO app. Just make sure that you're monitoring your credit report. Credit Karma is free. Experian will let you look at theirs for free, but you can't see TransUnion or Equifax through Experian unless you pay for it. My FICO app, the same thing. You can see Equifax, but you can't see TransUnion, Experian. A lot of these credit cards got free credit monitoring that comes along with the credit card. Use all those different avenues to be able to monitor all 3 credit bureaus when it comes to your credit. Also, make sure that you're monitoring the third-party credit bureaus too, the ones that actually providing the information to all the different ones, LexisNexis, and all that type of stuff. I'll leave a link in the description with a link from the CFPB that gives you all of the third-party types of people that can check your background and all that. Make sure that you're also monitoring your check systems reports. That's the report that comes along when people are trying to get an account in your name, right? Make sure you're monitoring your check systems report. I'm going to have all that information linked in the description of this video, okay? So make sure that you guys are being due diligent, because these scammers are out here scamming. They got people sometimes working on the inside that has access to your data. Like I said, if you work in the bank, you already have the access, right? You already know the person's name, social security number, date of birth, address, all the stuff that you need to steal somebody's identity. The banks have that information. If you got bad actors like these 2 ladies that you just seen doing the stuff with the scammers, and then they're selling your stuff on the dark web. Like he said, those other 2 guys, they played games online together. You know what I'm saying? The other 2, they were college friends, so they don't lack education. They don't lack education. A lot of these scammers are not dumb. They're not dumb. They just want a quick way to money, because the right way, not always the fast way, right? So you want to get the fast money, well, you're going to get the fast jail time, okay? So with that being said, guys, make sure that you following the tips that I just gave you so that you don't become a victim, all right? Somebody call you from the bank talking about they see a wire in your name or ACH or something like that in your name. Hang up. You can tell them thank you, hang up. Don't give them any information. Don't talk to them. Say, okay, thank you for letting me know. Hang up. Call your bank. Don't call back from the number that they tried to call you from, because that's a spoof number. Call the number, dial the number out on your phone, and call your financial institution and talk to somebody. Or if you're able to go to a branch, go to a branch. Tell them you got a number. Somebody called you from a number that looks like the bank's number. This is very important, because before you know it, people be to access your account and be done set up bill pay and all kind of stuff in your name, and be done wipe you out before you can even get out the bed good. Okay, so that's what I'm saying. Make sure that you guys are doing your due diligence so that you do not become a victim of these bank frauds, because as you can see, they're talking about they open up 20 and 30 accounts in people's names. This is serious business, guys. So I don't make these videos just so I can get views. I make these videos as a public service announcement so that you guys do not get messed up. All right, again, I appreciate you guys looking at this video. Guys, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Leave comments. Let me know what your thoughts and your feels is. Scan my QR code wherever it is up here on the side of the screen, so you can join my free community over here. It's called the Credit Ready Program. I give you all the financial literacy. It's a bunch of resources in there. Also, there's a course that I made about a year or so ago that's in there for free as well. It's a whole community. I'm going to be going live, doing live Q&A, questions and answers this Sunday, August the 17th. So if you see this video after August the 17th, you still can join the Credit Ready program for free, and then I'll be doing those lives every month. Okay, so make sure you guys are checking that out as well. If you have any comments or anything, make sure that you put them down in the comment section. I do want to hear from you all. You can also visit me at starrcarter.com if you need any one-on-one consultation, anything like that. You guys, you let me know what you think about this video. Again, make sure that you're following the tips, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next one.